Hey, welcome to Hack and Build. It's been a while, 2021, it's time for the edible hedge update. And I figured I'd start with this guy here, which is a cold frame that I built out of some junk. Last year there was a bunch of fencing out for the trash, so I picked that up and I used it to build this cold frame. One cool thing about it is that I built a lot of the hardware for it, also from junk that I found. I like to do that. Check out my junk forge build or anything like that if you're interested. But this is part of an old bed frame, and I'm basically just hardening off some of these house plants here that they're going to spend the summer outside and go back indoors. And I've got some Thai vegetables here and some black pepper back there, and that's a coffee plant. The other thing that I did before I get to my edible hedge is that last year I went in and I installed irrigation throughout the entire yard, and this one, yeah, it's hooked up, but I got to get a container back here. So once this cold frame gets put away for the season, then I'll be moving some more containers out here. And I've been making these grow bags out of landscaping fabric. So this is stuff just comes on a roll. It's like $30 a roll, and you can get quite a few bags out of it. So these bags end up costing me a little bit over $1 a piece to make. And if we come down here, we'll get into the edible hedge area. These are some Shasta daisies that I grew from seed. Coming along nicely, just about to bloom. And we've got another container here, some sunflowers. I've got potatoes coming in here. Didn't really get too many potatoes last year. I'm not sure how well I like these bags for growing potatoes, but we'll see. Just kind of an experiment. I'll pick up this tag here. Smoky. And this one was either Northline or Thiessen. So this is one of the bushes, and it's actually doing quite a bit better since you saw it last time. This is, I'd say it's about 4 feet tall. Back out a little bit so you can get some context there. But they're doing really nicely. They're responding really well to the drip irrigation. The other thing that I'm doing is I'm growing apple seedlings, and these I planted last year. They're doing, I don't know, I've never grown apples before, so I'm not sure how well they're doing or not. But I'm happy with the growth. Got more daisies over here. I'm going to have to move these because they're kind of crowding out the serviceberry here. And last year, since I put the drip irrigation in, I started growing some vegetables and things. So these are some melons, little honeydew melons. I actually got these seeds from Qingeaton. Check out his channel if you haven't already. He does a lot of cool gardening stuff with experimental apple breeding. It's really interesting channel. And in fact, he's actually one of the YouTubers that kind of inspired me to start experimenting with growing apples from seed. If we come on down here, I'll just walk you down here. There's another one. It's doing pretty well, but I've got quite a few that are still kind of not doing much of anything at all. But the good news is that these are actually starting to sucker now, and so hopefully I'll be able to take these little guys and transplant them to other spots try out different places in the yard that might do better than here. And in fact, now we're getting into, I marked it out yesterday, those little orange marking flags. That's kind of where the canopy from that big walnut tree back there, that's where that casts its shade there. So I might even try taking some of these up and moving these to another part of the yard. Things like herbs and such seem to do pretty well back here, though these apple trees aren't doing that bad. A couple more updates for this year. I might post a separate video about this. Pawpaw trees. Since I'm here, let me just get to these. Let's see, yeah, I pulled up the service berry that was there. I moved it because these aren't, as you can see, they're just not doing well at all. And this is, what, three years in, I believe. Here is a new one. It's a failure. This one is Hascap. When I got these from Honeyberry USA, and they were already they were already breaking dormancy when I got them, so I was a little bit concerned about that. I ordered 8 plants, and I gave some to a friend, and I planted 4, and only one of the 4 survived. So I'll have to get some more if I want honeyberry, so that's unfortunate. These white things, I've got a sheet wrapped around a little cage apparatus, and in here I've got something that I've been wanting to try for a long time, which are pawpaws. I guess you can't see any. Can you see? There is one pawpaw in here. They need shade for the first couple of years of their life, and I actually got these trees from a YouTuber named Qingeaton, who does a lot with pawpaws and pecans and chestnuts and hazelnuts. Anyway, I'm interested in growing pawpaws, so thank you, Qingeaton, for the trees. Let me just get in here because I'm trying to multitask and I'm not too good at that. This is one that he calls Cooper. We've got one actually. I don't know if you can see that. One actually in there is doing pretty well. Here's another one back here. Got some nice daylilies coming up. These are Stella de Oros. Another pawpaw in here. I believe this one is called B. Called this one B. If I can get in here. Yeah. This one, I've got actually 2 in here, and this one's doing a little bit better in this location than that other one, and I've got 2 more in another section of the yard. We're into the berry patch area, which is doing pretty well this year. They've got a lot of fruit on them already. And I still having problems with the orange rust. I took down a plant yesterday because I noticed it was infected, and really this area of the patch never really does that well. These are all spindly. I think it gets too much shade, so I'm going to just try something else in here. Maybe plant some herbs. I'm not sure yet. We'll figure it out. And then I've got more raspberries and things over here. This is just sort of my random plants area. I've got muscat grape seedlings growing here. We'll see how those do. I'm not currently growing any grapes right now. Well, other than this, let me back that up a bit. I am growing grapes. I'm growing these, and then another kind of grape. I think it's calabash that I got at Aldi this year. So these are the first grapes that I'm growing, and probably these will take a few years to produce any fruit here. But we'll come on down, and show you the rest of the new things in 2021. These Asiatic lilies are a few years old, but they're just about to bloom. This one's a really nice pink color. Really like that one, but that's got to be moved because the irises are crowding it out, so I'll have to remember to do that this year. This is one of the service berries that I moved, and yeah, it's pretty much dead, but I have a feeling I'm going to have more ready soon. So we'll come on down to the next part of the garden here. We got more pawpaw trees. And here is the only honeyberry that survived. I won't show you the leaves on those pawpaw trees because you've already seen them. But what I will show you is the vegetable garden. So yeah, we're here at the vegetable garden. As you can see, I've put in drip irrigation. That makes my job easier, especially with the dry weather that we've had, of late. That's really what more can I say about the vegetable garden? We've got beans, European pole beans, tomatoes. I'm growing a few different kinds here. Actually, again, I got some seeds from Qingeaton, so I'm trying a couple new varieties here. The Zapotec and this Polish sauce tomato, but also some standard ones for me, Roma tomatoes and these cherry tomatoes that I really like. And we've got zucchini, a couple different kinds, number of different kinds of peppers and tomatillos. This area here, this is what was my asparagus bed, but I've just got essentially random lettuce and whatever comes up here, pretty much let it grow. There's even some strawberries in here, but I'm letting this stuff go to seed, and I'll replant some more of it. But I've been enjoying this stuff every day for salads. And back here we've got more peppers and some Thai vegetables. So we've got lemongrass, galangal, and ginger, that other stuff that I showed you before that is called grasai or grachai. It's depending on whether you're Thai or Laotian, but it's used in stir fry. Anyway, I think this is really just about it. I'll just comment one more thing on the drip irrigation. I just got this going into, this is 1/2-inch mainline tubing, and I had planned on using just regular drip tape, but when I ordered last year, they were out of the drip line, so I ended up using the 1/4-inch drip line for pretty much everything, and that worked out pretty well. I'm happy with the drip line. I can show you real quick. We're getting into the 15-minute mark here, but what the heck. I'll just show you real quick the setup I've got here. So I've got 4 zones. Let's pop this open here. 4 zones, and I'm using low flow valves. So the other one looks pretty much the same as this, and so I can independently control my garden and my orchard. And then coming out of the house, I put in this pressure breaker valve, which is up to code. It's up to local code for sprinkler systems. I guess this isn't necessary for drip irrigation, but I figured if I ever wanted to switch this over to a sprinkler system, I would be able to do that. But I've basically got PVC pipe that runs underground, throughout the whole range of the orchard back there. So that's what I've got. Looking forward to showing you an update, hopefully with berries at some point, sometime. So hope you have good luck with your gardening projects this season, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.